Black Panther Wakanda Forever is directed by Ryan Coogler, and it stars Letitia Wright, Lupita Nyong'o, Danai Gurira, Winston Duke, Dominique Thorne, Tenoch Huerta. Pretty sure I mispronounced his name and butchered it. Uh, Apologies for that. Martin Freeman and Angela Bassett, among others. I'm not gonna try to pronounce any others' names because I feel like I'm just gonna butcher all of them. But anyway, in the film, the leaders of Wakanda fight to protect their nation in the wake of King T'Challa's death. So, a lot of things, everything, back then everything was normal, you know. Back in this was like, back in like 2018, 2019, there were plans about making a sequel for Black Panther, and there should, because, the first Black Panther movie was so just incredible. I loved that, we got the very first Marvel black superhero. I know it's Blade, Wesley Snipes. I know Wesley Snipes' Blade is the first black superhero. But in the MCU, I'm talking about only in the MCU. Yes, if you're talking about like Marvel overall, yes, you're right. Wesley Snipes' Blade was the first black superhero, but in the MCU, it's Black Panther. But anyway, there were ideas. Everything was going great. Coogler negotiated, and he returned as the director in the following months. After the release of the very first Black Panther movie, and Marvel Studios officially confirmed the sequel's development in mid 2019. Everything was going great. Everything was going fantastic until the whole devastating news. The whole world was devastated, was heartbroken when in August 2020, when it was officially announced that Chadwick Boseman, the actor who plays T'Challa in the MCU, Black Panther star, died from colon cancer, and plans for this film had to change, the script, the writing, all of that. And now Shuri has a major, well, she is the main, well, after watching this movie, she is the main character of the film. And then, Marvel Studios chose not to recast his role of T'Challa. And I'll talk about that later. Actually, you know what? I'll talk about it now. Why not? I feel like if I talk about it later, I might forget about it, and I'll have to go back into the comment section. But anyway, Marvel chose not to recast the role of T'Challa, and on the internet, people were like, there were some people, there were a lot of, actually, there was a lot of people out there who strongly disagreed and were very angry that Marvel chose not to recast his role of T'Challa. Here's the thing, all right? Whether Marvel chose to recast the character or not, it doesn't matter, because there will always be people will always be divided, there are going to be people out there like me who doesn't want. I'm one of them. I'm one of the people who don't want, Marvel Studios to recast T'Challa. Chadwick Boseman is T'Challa, is the MCU's T'Challa, and he always will be. And if you recast him with another actor, there are going to be people out there, trust me, there are going to be people out there, if they recast T'Challa, there are going to be people out there who are going to be spitting and despising at this new actor's face, being disgraceful, like, you're not going to be the next, you are not Chadwick Boseman, whoever, the actor would have been. If they chose to recast them, they're going to start attacking that actor. You're not Chadwick Boseman, But anyway, I'm getting off track. But yeah, basically my point is, people, decisions will always be decisive. But yeah, other cast members from the first film have returned for the sequel here. And the title was announced, Wakanda Forever. And then, Letitia Wright also had to recover. There was a little bit of a hiatus because Letitia Wright had to recover from an injury that she sustained during filming, but then production resumed later on and it wrapped up. And so that's all the drama going on behind, before this film came out, when it was still in development. Now let's talk about the movie itself. Like I said, the very first Black Panther, the first Black Panther movie, Black Panther 1, it was just so unique. I loved it. I fucking loved it. And I love what Marvel did with, I loved the music. You can watch my review for the very first Black Panther movie here on my YouTube channel. Go check it out. But anyway, yeah, like I loved the very first, the first Black Panther movie. It was great. It was amazing. I loved the score. Oh my god, the score, the music. And I'm not talking about the soundtrack from Kendrick Lamar. I'm talking about like the score, like composed, like. Actually, hold up for 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta know. I didn't, I don't know who composed the music for the first Black Panther movie. Ludwig. Oh my God. Or is it Ludwig or Ludwig? I think it's Ludwig. Ludwig. Oh my God. So, he came back and composed the music composed the score for this film too. Oh my God. I loved it. I loved what he did, and just the score, the African, the drums, and then the chanting and all of that. It was amazing. It was something. It's like the first Black Panther movie opened a door to this other side, to a different world of the MCU, and it was beautiful. It was emotionally beautiful. It's also, emotionally heartbreaking now that Chadwick is gone. Rewatching the film, it does it does break my heart a little bit, and it breaks a lot of people's heart to see that this man is now gone. But yeah, and I gotta tell you guys, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, they did it again. Ryan Coogler did it again with this film. Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige, Ryan Coogler, everyone in charge, everyone in charge, they did it again. This movie is amazing. It is amazing. It's even more emotionally. Um, it's also emotionally devastating. You know, with Chadwick Boseman passing. But this movie, I loved Ryan Coogler's direction in this film. You know, the action sequences were fucking badass and cool. The performances given by everyone, Letitia Wright, Huerta Tanak. I'm gonna, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but Tanak Huerta, the actor who plays Namor. Namor was such a great villain in this movie. A great antagonist for this film, and I loved it. He's another great MCU villain, Namor. It's funny because, like, if you think about like all these movies so far, like the Iron Man movies, not everyone loved them. The Iron Man movies, not everyone loved them. The Captain America movies improved. The Winter Soldier was better than Captain America: The First Avenger. Captain America: Civil War was better than Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Like, the Captain America movies improved. And I hope the next Captain America: A New World Order, will also be a great movie. But anyway, the Thor movies have been a little bit wacky. The Ant-Man movies are just, ridiculous, and, the Guardians. But this, but, this right here, Black Panther. The first one was amazing. This Black Panther Wakanda Forever is just spectacular. I loved it. I loved Killmonger in the first movie, you know, and Michael B. Jordan did a phenomenal job in the first film. Here, Tanakh, he killed it as Namor. I understood his what he was doing. I believed in it. I understood where he was coming from. But some of the things, you know, I don't necessarily, the one thing in the film I don't necessarily agree with, but that is what makes a character a character. But anyway, oh, and also Angela Bassett. I was talking about Letitia Wright and Tanakh, but Angela Bassett, oh my God, the queen of Wakanda. By the way, yes, I will be talking about spoilers, so yeah, just be a lookout for that. This is a spoiler review. Um, but Angela Bassett, whew, man, she was powerful. You can feel the pain in her voice, when she's playing, this character, the queen of, the queen of Wakanda, the mother of T'Challa, and she did an amazing job. There's so much emotional weight in this film, and you feel it. You feel it like throughout. I felt it throughout this film, and this movie, I felt like it did a very beautiful job paying respects and paying tribute to Chadwick Boseman. So, yeah, great all around. Great. So now let's talk about spoilers. I'll just talk about whatever comes to my mind. Um, let's see. Valentina Allegua is in this film, and I guess she's married or was formerly married, maybe now divorced, with Martin Freeman's character Ross, Everett Ross. I was like, whoa, what? They're married, or are they? They're married, or they were. Um, but yeah, but anyway, yeah. There's that. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I never talked about Dominique Thornes as Williams. I thought she was. I thought I thought she was fine. I actually no. Scratch that. I really liked her character. Um, I mean, I know there are people out there who are going to say that her, Riri Williams, humor, often sometimes clash with the serious tone with the rest of the film, with the other, including the characters. But for me, I felt like she did a great job. She did a great job. I can't say. I'll be honest with you. I can't say that I'm excited for the Iron Heart TV show. I know it's gonna. Yeah, so I can't say that I'm excited, but I really liked her character. So far, I mean, I only saw this film once, but so far, I really like her character, Dominique Thornes as Riri Williams. I really like her. But yeah, you know, let's see here. What else? What else? Oh yeah, Angela Bassett. She does die in this film, and I kind of felt like and I kind of saw it coming. I kind I felt it coming because like this movie opens up with T'Challa's death. And she's just in so much. I felt like she was in so much pain, and then she dies. but like but even though I saw it coming, it was just so painful to watch, especially with my friend. Like he was like, "Whoa!" He was like, "No way." But anyway, yeah. Let's see here. What other spoilers do I want to talk about? But yeah, I know. Oh yeah, there is one thing I just remembered. I'm sorry about that. I just Winston Duke. Winston Duke does. He does he's amazing as Umbaku. I love Umbaku. I love him so much. Um, but yeah, there was a point in this film where I actually thought Okoye was gonna die. Like I thought Okoye was gonna die. Like she was outnumbered with all of Namor's people. With all of Namor's people. She was out. I want to call them Atlanteans, which is what they are in the comics, but they're not here, not in here. Um, yeah, there was a point in this film where I thought Okoye was gonna die, but thankfully that didn't happen. Let's see here. So Shuri. So I mean, everyone is asking. Everyone is asking who's gonna be like who's the new Black Panther, and people were thinking it's a female. Like people were like speculating and like judging by. Yeah, there was like so many like YouTube breakdown videos, like really analyzing the body physique of this new Black Panther, and it looked more feminine than masculine. So people were like, "Oh, it could be Shuri, it could be Okoye, it could be Nakia." Who by the way, Nakia, it seems like she is. It seems like she's been spending some time in Haiti. I believe it was yeah. She's been living in Haiti ever since the blip, when everyone came back. And then she does help out with Okoye and Shuri against the against Namor and his people. But yeah, Okoye, Nakia, such badass female characters. I know there are people out there who are upset, but yeah, when it came to the reveal, so yeah, I don't know if you guys, I don't know if any of you know this, but so who's the new Black Panther? Are you ready for this? It is Shuri. Shuri is the new Black Panther, which I already know, because, and I'm pretty sure a lot of fans knew it was going to be Shuri because, well, yeah, in the comics she does become, yeah, okay, yeah, in the comics she does become the Black Panther, Shuri, T'Challa's sister. But also there were leaked like toys and Lego toys and Funko Pops that were released before the film was came out in theaters, and it all confirmed that yeah, Shuri's gonna be the new Black Panther. And a lot of people were, and there were a couple people upset, like Okoye or Umbaku, one of they should be the new Black Panther because Shuri really Shuri so far doesn't really present she's not a fighter. All right, she's not a fighter. We haven't seen her fight. She's all she does is make new and new technology. She designs new technology. And also she does this, and also she blasts like these energy beams, like these wave beams, from her like fists gauntlets, from her like Panther gauntlets in the first Black Panther movie, um, and a little bit in Infinity War. But that's it. We haven't seen her, fighting. So I mean, for me, I felt like I had to, for a nitpick of mine, if I had to nitpick, I would have loved to see maybe actually seeing Shuri like go through like the ritual that T'Challa went through, like all the, not just T'Challa, but like, Killmonger and anyone who wants to be the next Black Panther, who wants to be the next Black Panther, or is chosen to be the next Black Panther, should go through, like, eating the heart-shaped herb, and then, fighting all the greatest champions, all the greatest champions and warriors in Wakanda, and then getting buried, and then seeing your ancestors, and, meeting your ancestors, go through all that. It's like a rite of passage. And I would have loved to seen that, for sure, like maybe an extended one, but whatever. So yeah, thankfully, Namor did not die in this film, and yes, it is confirmed that Namor is a mutant in this film, which is so great. I love hearing that word more and more. Ever since Disney, Disney bought Fox a long time ago, years ago, so now they can say that word mutant anytime they want. All right, so yeah, it was just great. He is he's a mutant in the movie and also in the comics too. And he's a bit of an anti-hero. The actor who plays Namor, Horeta, he said that he called Namor an anti-hero, explaining that it was important to both him and Coogler to humanize the character by making his motivations understandable despite him having an antagonistic role in the film. So, yeah. I'm actually glad that they went and gave Namor like the feather like ankle wings and his pointy ears, which looks stupid. Like if you're reading a comic book, like what the fuck is this? But it didn't look too bad. All right, I'll say it didn't look too bad in the film. But yeah, yeah. Michael B. Jordan is in this film. Shuri goes through, she drank the heart-shaped herb, and then she goes to the ancestral plane, but instead of meeting her mother, she was greeted by Killmonger. And I was like, no way. I honestly didn't know Michael B. Jordan was in this film. Like, I don't know, like I guess he filmed his scene for the film, for this film, and then now he's going on and going to be not only directing but starring in the upcoming Creed movie, which looks really good. So yeah, I was just surprised. Like my friend was like sitting right next to me. He was like, "No way." So yeah, yeah. I think that's all I have to say. I mean, yeah, Namor doesn't die in this film. Um, like, Namor didn't die in this film. I was gonna say, wait, I was gonna say Killmonger didn't die in the first film, but I was like, no, wait, no, what are you talking about? He died in the first Black Panther movie. But I'm glad Namor didn't die. I feel like, there's a lot of redeeming qualities for Namor in the future of the MCU. Maybe become more of a heroic figure later down the line. Who knows? But yeah, yeah. I think I mean, when it comes to issues, I mean the movie's 2 hours and 40 minutes long. I wasn't bored anyway. I wasn't bored at all. But I had one ginormous issue. One issue that I had. One problem with I had. Maybe it was the movie itself, whatever camera they used or filter that they used when they shot this movie, or maybe it was my movie theater projector. But this film, when I was watching it, I was like, this movie is way too dark. Literally, it's way too dark. Literally, because I can't see a damn thing in this film. Like, there's like I can see like shadows and like silhouettes like moving around, and I'm like, what was that? I can't see anything. It was like I could barely see anything. I wish they would have added like a little bit. Like, that's a it, but but like in the first film, in the first Black Panther movie, yeah, like there was a little bit of shaky cam. There was a little bit of shaky cam, and some very dark, dark nighttime sequence at the beginning of the film, but the rest of it was, I had no problem. But yeah, I felt like it was just way too dark. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't see anything going on. Another issue I had, like I said, just said, shaky cam. I didn't like when it came to the action sequences. Yeah, the action sequences were fucking amazing. Some of them had no music. It was just the characters fighting each other, and it was just amazing and badass to see. But the way they cut it was so choppy. Yeah, I didn't like the way they edit and like chopped up. The way they chopped up and filmed the action sequences, because it was like it was a little bit wobbly. But that's it. That's it. Those are the only two issues that I have with this film. The editing of the action sequences, and also like I said, it's too dark. I can't see anything. I couldn't see for like a majority of the beginning of the film. So but yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. So yeah, this movie is such a beautiful and tremendous film, and I'm so happy. I did tear up a little bit near the end of the film when I'm just thinking about it, seeing Chadwick Boseman's face one last time, and just not last time, but like seeing it again, just really, it breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart. The more I see his face, Chadwick Boseman's face, the more I see his face, the more my heart breaks. But yeah, if you've seen Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. Thank you so much for taking the time listening to my review, and I'll see all of you lovely people soon.